And we're going to do this problem right here. X squared plus 1 over x minus 2. X squared plus 1 over x minus 2. Now, x squared plus 1 over x minus 2. X minus 2.
X minus 1. Problem with this x squared plus 1 over x minus 1.
I thought it was x minus 2.
Okay, so start from
There. Is that right?
Can we look at the book?
Huh?
Put it back on the book. What is that thing?
here. Oh, it was x minus 1.
Yeah, right.
Never mind, that looks to me. I don't have a contact.
X minus 2. And what people wonder. Alright. So, now I'm not going to look at the directions because these type questions, they're asking you for one or two things. They're going to ask you for the vertical asymptote and the horizontal asymptote or the oblique asymptote. Now, let's just go over that. A vertical asymptote is one like this. And a horizontal asymptote is one like that. Well, what's a oblique asymptote? Well, an oblique asymptote is one that goes in a diagonal.
Okay, and those are the shifts, right?
No, that is the asymptote.
No, the asymptotes aren't those the shifts though.
Those are the points in
Where
which
they're going to be, where they're not going to be.
coordinates can never equal.
Yeah. Vertical asymptotes is where the denominator equals 0, where it cannot exist. A horizontal asymptote or a vertical asymptote, or a horizontal asymptote or an oblique asymptote is where the in both the graph converges, the function converges onto this asymptote and also on this one. But to get the horizontal asymptote or the vertical asymptote or the oblique asymptote, you have to look at the degree of numerator and denominator. And whatever this says determines where the function converges onto the vertical asymptote or the oblique asymptote. So the first thing you do is set denominator equal what? Set denominator equal to 0. That's x minus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, x cannot equal what?
Positive.
So all real numbers except x cannot equal negative 2 or positive 2. Because if you plug positive 2 into this function, it's going to blow up. In other words, it's not going to work. So there is our vertical asymptote. We'll highlight that as the vertical asymptote. All right. The second thing we do is we look at the degrees. Look at degrees of numerator and denominator. In this case, the numerator degree is higher than the denominator degree. And what does that mean? We got to use long what? Long division. And what's the one thing about long division that you have to make sure of?
All things are accounted for.
That all place values are accounted for. This is accounted for because it's x to the 1, x to the 0. So that one's okay. X minus 2 into x squared plus 0x plus 1. And how many times will x go into x squared? X times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. What do we always do? Subtract, so that makes this a little negative and makes this a positive. And that goes out. And 0 plus 2x is 2x. Plus 1 comes down to hell. How many times will x go into 2x? 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 2 is negative what? And this makes this a negative. It makes this a positive. And we really don't care about the remainder. We have a oblique asymptote, but this is a 5 remainder. But we really don't care about it, so put an x through it, because when you're dealing with a oblique asymptote, you really don't care about the remainder. You need to write that down.
How do you know it's oblique?
Because this is a line, an oblique line, a diagonal.
How do you know it's horizontal? How do you know it's diagonal?
Because if it's horizontal, you just come out with the denominator, the degree would be x to the first over x to the first,
right,
or x to the first over x squared.
So if the numerator's got a higher degree, then we got to.
Pretty much, most of the time, unless you come up with a number up here, you might just come up with a 2. And if you come up with a 2, then that's a horizontal asymptote.
Right.
Sometimes it may. All right, so your oblique asymptote is x minus or x plus 2. So how do you draw the vertical and the horizontal asymptote? Well, here you go. Your vertical asymptote is 2. 1, 2. And your x plus 2, well, do we know this is a, what's the slope? 1 over what? 1. And this is a vertical shift of 2. So that means 1, 2, and it's a 1 to 1, 1 to 1, 1 to 1. So your okay, so there's your vertical and your oblique asymptote. Now you just have to graph this and see what kind of function it is. It's a x squared over x, so it's going to look something like, probably like this. Let me draw it in blue so you can see it better. Now, I don't know, I don't have a calculator with me, but I'd say it looks something like this. Y'all check me. Don't graph it on your calculator, see what it looks like. I'll do it. Well, everybody may not have a calculator, so I better do it right quick. Y is equal to, parentheses, x squared plus 1 divided by x minus 2. Dang old graph. Nope, didn't like something. Hold on.
Got a couple carrots in that first part.
Did I just put something crazy? Yeah. I suck. All right, there we go. How about that? That better? Oh, look at there. There it is. Now, with the handy-dandy graph, you're going to have to use your imagination, because no matter if you're in the silent calculator team at school, when you were in high school, you may think that that the calculator, you know, is the all-knowing God, but it's not. It can't do what you can do. So here is the vertical, oblique asymptote. It can't draw it on there. You have to actually tell it to draw it on there, and I'll do that in just a second. And here is your, and then your actual graph looks like.
You have a work email.
I don't know what's wrong with this thing. There's the graph there, and the graph up here looks like that.
See, I got the two little rounds, but I didn't get that line on the straight line.
Well, you should. That's your vertical asymptote.
Well, see, this one.
Okay. I don't know why it's not showing. I guess you have to put it in there. So you would put, well, you can't. You can't put x is equal to, because it would mess it up. So the only thing you can do is put the oblique asymptote. And the way you do that is, let me get out of here, is you type in graph y is equal to, and then go down to the second one, and let's make it darker. Just hit enter one time, and that makes it darker. And we're going to graph, what is it, x plus 2? Is that what we come out with? X plus 2, and then graph, and there's your oblique asymptote. So you can check with your calculator after you do it. You can check to make sure that you got it. I don't know why. Okay. So let's try nerd. Let's try some of your homework problems. Good God, Marlboro Club, you're gonna have to.
I told you I put it on.
That's what they all say.
You want it, you can take it.
No, don't want it. Which of the following functions have a graph that does not have a vertical asymptote?
Well,
I can tell you right now which one doesn't have a vertical asymptote. But
Hey.
y'all got to find it. Huh?
It said A. So I just
Well, you can have 0 in the denominator.
head
Yeah.
does one.
No, you can't. You
Oh.
can't. Does not have a vertical asymptote. That means that the function does not blow up anywhere.
I want to say B, because B is the only one that's got a positive added to it.
Well, is there anything, you're on the right track, you just didn't say the answer correctly. You're correct.
Because if you had a negative 2.
I'm sorry, what? It can't equal 0, why? You were on the way to saying it.
I would say if you have a negative plus that, it could equal 0, so then it's just,
Try.
well,
-2.
negative 2 plus 2 is 0.
No, -2 squared is.
4.
All right, somebody give me the number. You're such a disappointment. Somebody give me the number that gives you a 0 in B. Be quiet.
Sorry.
X squared plus 2 is equal to 0. -2, x squared is equal to -2. Take the square root of both sides. You can't take the square root of what? Negative. So you can't find a number to give you a 0 in the denominator. Well, let's try the other one. Okay,
What's the one just below?
1.41 squared is 2. 2 minus 2 is what? 0. So I can get one there. I can get a 0 there. How about D?
A.
So what's your answer?
B.
D. Dang, you'll feel good about yourself. Are these that squared? Is that normal?
Select all that apply.
That's what threw you off, right?
I think she's gonna die on us. Are these usually a square or are they circle?
Well, these circles, it's select all that applies, so it's a square block. Circle. Just show
You
that
click
select
all if
that
you wanted
applies.
to.
Ah. Is that, okay, so all that apply means the square, you can pick more than one.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's
You
how
do
they
make sure.
trick you.
No, that's how they trick you, okay.
So you-
It's all a conspiracy. I won't try to find some that you're gonna see on the test. I hadn't found one yet. They may not have one, so I may not be able to give you a test. Okay, there's one. Here's one. Go ahead and do that one. What's the first thing I would tell you to do on this problem?
Factor out a common.
Nope. Nope.
3 equals 0 and 9.
Nope. You're all failures. Give up. There you go. That's the correct answer. No, the correct answer is rewrite the problem in a fashion that you're used to.
So like have the X up front.
Yeah, I don't know. I have not figured out why they write problems like this. I think they do it just to make y'all confused.
They want us to quit, sir.
That's it. And it's all Bush's fault. So I'm going to rewrite it. F of x is equal to negative 3x plus 3 over negative x plus 4. You could factor out a negative 1 and then let the negative 1s do what? Cancel and make it prettier. I would probably do that just because I don't like this. So I'm going to factor out a negative 1 here and a negative 1 here. And that's going to give me positive 3x minus what? 3x minus 3 over x minus what? And that cancels. So you can either deal with this or you can either deal with this. So I'm going to deal with the second one. F of x is equal to 3x minus 3 over x minus 4. So we know our vertical asymptote is what? 4. So there's one thing. Now, what's our horizontal asymptote? Well, these are the same. 1 and 1. So we cancel these two guys out. And what are we left with? 3/4. So 3/4 is your horizontal asymptote. Now, the first thing I get when I do this problem or do a problem like this with a class is the students go, well, how'd you get the horizontal asymptote? Well, you need to go back to that page. What page was it I gave you? It's got lists. It's got the vertical asymptote, how to find the vertical asymptote, and then the 3 rules to find the horizontal asymptote, or the oblique asymptote. What page is that on? 279. If you don't go over those, if you don't learn them, then you're going to be the one that's saying, how you going to over those?
How'd you get the big hand?
How'd I get what?
The 2 hand.
Just think about plugging in 0 here and here,
Okay.
and then what's left is your actual. So now I'm going to draw a sketch of this guy. And vertical asymptote is 4. And horizontal asymptote is 3/4. Now, we've got x over x. So x over x, but that negative, the negative might be messing with us a little bit. So let's just draw the parent graph first. The parent graph looks like this because it's the opposite of the volcano. So there's your, that's what it looks like. But the negative, well, let's just go ahead and let's see where vertical asymptote of 4 is. All right, is this one a possibility?
No.
No. Is this one a possibility?
No.
No. So that means it's either this one or this one. I think it's D. Why? Why is it D? And B is what's the horizontal asymptote? Negative 3/4, or with negative something. So the answer is D. And see how simple that was? You can do it by law of deduction, even if you don't know what you're doing. As long as you know the vertical and the horizontal.
Do we have these on our homework by ourselves?
What?
Do we have to grab these on our homework by ourselves?
Not that I know of. Yes, sir.
I want to feel good about myself, and that negative really has me feeling a little bit squirrely. Can we just click D and make sure that I get like an excellent or fantastic or a great job?
You should get it right, because that cancels out.
I know.
Unless I'm not gonna feel good about it. And then I'll have to go out and get smokestacks put on my truck. I got it right. Yeah, that's what you put on your truck when you're not feeling good about yourself.
You know, like summer semester, I was like, what are those?
You found out, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a whole list in the back of my notebook that said all the things to stay away from.
Oh, I got a list of 25 things. And I'm gonna write a book one day. It's gonna be Caveman, When to Run. And that's one of them. The other one is you hang out at establishments with good-looking girls and you give them money that you don't afford for tips because you're trying to impress them. Right? All right. Let's try this one.
I'll send
What? I don't care.
No, because you're way ahead of me. I'm just like, of all this stuff.
What is my whole objective is for you to fail. We'll go over them in a minute. I want to get 4.2 covered and then we'll go with questions. Besides, you're not talking about a very long test. Probably
No.
10 questions.
But my thing is, you're in calculus, not really.
No, we're not.
No, I'm just saying, but it's like you're teaching calculus and I'm still in the pre-algebra and I'm just like,
Well, see, you shouldn't have been in a bonfire the other night. You should have been doing it properly. All right.
I,
You had to get away.
trouble.
Okay, so vertical asymptote. Well, x squared minus 4. X squared minus 4 is equal to 0. X squared is equal to plus 4. Take the square root of both sides. X is equal to positive or negative what? 2. So you've got a vertical asymptote at positive and negative 2. Now let's do a horizontal asymptote. This is 1. This is 2. What happens when this is less than this? The horizontal asymptote is 0. Exactly. Good. So our horizontal asymptote is equal to 0. You've got to know those rules. On page?
279.
Thank you. Do I need to say that for a 4th or 5th time?
Yes.
yeah, because I wrote down 249.
I just like making them.
Exactly, because you know I hate that. Okay, so I'm going to draw a sketch. All right, vertical asymptote, positive 2, negative 2, and we got horizontal, I'm going to put a red line. And that's what it looks like. So, just, let's say we have no idea what the problem looks like as far as graph. Let's see if we can find where all of these match. Okay. This, and this. Okay. Let's see, what are these? This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is wrong. Why?
Because we established positive, negative 2.
Instead of positive and negative what? 4. It's 4. What's wrong with this one? Wait a minute. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, that was okay. 2, I was thinking it was 1. Okay, so far this vertical asymptote and the horizontal asymptote looks okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that one looks okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And horizontal, I'm looking at the horizontal now. All the horizontals look okay. So this one don't deduce yet. First of all, this is positive, right? Positive over positive. So it looks like We got a positive. That's not going to tell us very much, but this guy right here does. What does that -4 tell us?
Shit.
It's a vertical shift, right? So, I don't know. I'm looking for a vertical shift of 4. I don't see one. So the X must cancel that out. So you'll have to depend on the calculator for this one.
Yes, sir.
It's what? Okay.
Good job.
We'll check A, and if it's not, we'll have to wear sunglasses inside. There we go. How many sunglasses you see inside in your workplace? Those are big indicators. Those are the number one run. Oh, it makes me laugh. I just laugh at them. Okay, that was pretty simple.
I wear sunglasses inside.
But that's okay for women because that's they're trying to be stylish. Men are
No.
just trying to hide
I don't
something.
have all my makeup on and I look like I'm.
Okay, let's try. All right, try this. After about the third or fourth one, y'all should all be saying, "Oh, this is pretty easy."
I feel like I did these like last year.
Huh?
I feel like I did these like this time last year.
Not in 102 yet.
No, like
Okay.
in high school math. So I feel like there was more to it.
No, as long as you've got a calculator and you have an understanding of vertical and horizontal asymptote, you should be okay.
If that first answer right there was a positive 25, would you have an I once you sorted it down on the other side? Or is that just
No, you wouldn't have a vertical asymptote. Because if that was a positive 25, there's no way you can get negative 25 right here.
okay? That's right.
So if you can't get it to come out to be 0, then that means it doesn't have a vertical asymptote.
Sorry, I was thinking back to having to remember those eyes. I'm glad that.
In my eyes, the hills have eyes.
What are you supposed to put on your roast to practice?
Dang old.
That's
That's
what
funny.
No, that dang old little white container with the yellow top on it. Dang old. Carmex. That's good stuff.
No, because now it's like, oh crap.
Okay, well, if you're gonna ask a question, you're gonna say no.
No,
You should ask him a question.
but I keep putting it on there and they keep cracking up.
Not Carmex, you don't.
Well,
You use some wax. Wax, Carmex ain't wax.
well,
Dang old Carmex, dang old Tingle, dang old alcohol and stuff.
You love that.
No, I just said dang old Tingle.
Dang old.
Dang old,
Dang old.
that stuff don't do anything.
Dang old alcohol tingling in your lips.
Okay, whatever. All right, horizontal asymptote. What's the horizontal asymptote?
125th.
Well, it should be 1/25th because,
Those are equal.
let's see, no, let's go 16. Wait a minute.
See, it looks like.
That's because this one, wait a minute, this one has a 16 out front, and that's going to be 16 over 1. You go with the coefficient here. That's why. And plus, you don't see, first of all, you don't see one that has a horizontal asymptote close to the, that's why this one is 16, that's 16 in front. I don't think we had a 16 in front of the other one a while ago. So this is going to be a horizontal asymptote of 16. Because this 16 is coefficient, you keep that coefficient right there, like that. So find positive and negative 5 and positive 16. So Okay, which one is it not? It's not this one, why? Because that's negative. It's not this one because it's negative. This one don't have clues. So, I think we've narrowed it down to what? B. And I feel good about myself, so I won't have to introduce my vehicle before I introduce myself. I got it right. Some people are going, what is that? That's an indicator. When you introduce your vehicle before you introduce yourself.
Like you pull up and you're like, yeah, it's my Dodge.
Yeah, that's it. Or you say, hi, I've got a motorcycle. That's what I mean.
That's right.
Yeah, if you want to go ride on my Harley girl, forget my name. My name's not important. Okay, I got 25, a whole list of them. When to run.
That's when you're like, hi, my name's Christy, and no.
Ooh, there's one y'all can't do.
Would you stop going up even farther? I'm so.
Well, these are it's easy.
When you see the questions I sent you, you're gonna be like,
Okay.
oh my God.
All right. Yeah, you probably went through and found the hardest ones to do.
No, mine's like 4.1 where it's like, what's the vertical asymptote?
Okay, let's go and let's see, what is it called?
Let's start
We're gonna. I can't remember the word.
Sounds like. Starts with.
I can't remember it. Dale. Oh, forget it. Let's just go to the. Let me go to my dang old. Let me go.
You know
Will you be
so
quiet?
They played Christmas music on the radio this morning.
Christmas music should not be played until December 1st.
I was sitting there and I was just like,
Playlists on at American Eagle.
and it brought out the gerbil and jingle bells. I was like,
What are you talking about?
I was so excited I started playing Christmas music on the radio.
I think y'all crazy.
No,
I was like, this
Christmas
is gonna
is
be-
the best time of the year, and oh my gosh, I found the link.
Christmas
on
is
Pinterest.
only start.
Listen,
Christmas
this is
starts
great.
on December 1st. Christmas
No.
does not start.
No, it starts after.
Oh, well, let's start it on July 3rd,
It
okay?
starts on Halloween.
I think y'all
You better
crazy.
believe I was gonna be like, this is gonna be good.
Do y'all go on crack? Are y'all on crack all semester or what?
No, I just love Christmas.
No, yeah. Way to go, SpongeBob.
You don't know. I've been waiting for this because usually they don't start playing it until after Thanksgiving. But when I heard Jingle Bells, I was like, this is gonna be a good day.
Christmas
And they recently played on Spotify and Pandora, and I was like,
I kind of like Squidward on that Santa Claus when he tries to make Santa Claus go away.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I have. I like it because Squidward gets
Oh,
mad.
and how about, you know, the introduction song to Orange is the New Black?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I watched
I think y'all are on
an
crack.
episode of that. I was just like,
All right, here we go.
Imagine your mom sitting there with you. It was awkward.
All right, let's do this one.
okay, no, when I've been
Let's
writing-
help the short bus. I mean, let's help Miss Holly out.
No, okay, when I've been writing down the notes and all stuff. So the vertical asymptote should just be -3, right?
Set it equal to 0, yes.
Yeah.
Be positive
Or 3. So the
So
vertical
vertical asymptote is equal to x minus 3 is equal to 0.
you have to write out.
Is equal to 3. So all real numbers, but x cannot equal 3. That's the vertical asymptote. That's your domain. Now, in these problems, you're just asked to find the vertical asymptote and sketch it, or just find the vertical asymptote. In this problem, the vertical asymptote is 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And what is the parent graph? Well, the parent graph is 1 over x. But this minus 3 is with the x, so that means that it's a horizontal shift of 3 to the right. That's right. And what's the plus 5?
That's the vertical.
Vertical shift. So instead of having the origin here, you're going to have the origin at 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, and 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's your new origin, and whatever 1 over x minus 3 looks like, plus 5, that's going to be, let's see, the top, I'm thinking that's 0. They're not asking you to graph this one because it's kind of difficult to graph. The equation of the vertical asymptote is 3, x is equal to 3, so that would be it.
But what's the horizontal asymptote?
You don't have one because they're not asking you for one.
Yes, it
Yes,
does.
Where?
What is the
It's
equation
five.
of the
It's a
horizontal
continuum before you
asymptote?
do it.
Okay, it's 5, and because this point right here is at 5, and this point takes up the new origin. Now, what is the coefficient? Well, the degree of this one is x to the 0, and the degree of this one is x to the first. So this one is less than this one, so your horizontal asymptote is equal to 0. But that's when the origin is down here. Where is the new origin? Right here. So instead of this being your your horizontal asymptote, the horizontal asymptote has moved to here. So that's what the graph looks like.
So in layman's terms, the vertical is the one that's inside the function, like the.
It's always attached to the x, yes.
So that's the vertical, and then the horizontal is the one that's outside, like the plus
No.
five.
No. Here, what's attached to the x?
Okay, my mistake.
Okay, that's the horizontal the horizontal shift. What's outside the x? The 5. That's your vertical shift. All right. If you have to, I'm trying to think of a way you could write this. No, you can't do that. Be 1 over. No. I was trying to think of a way you could write it, but you can't.
Because I already put in the answer to that.
Mhm.
For the vertical asymptote, I said x is 3, and that was right. Then-
And the horizontal should be 5.
Yeah. So,
Y is equal to 5.
so what I was trying to get at was the vertical is always to be.
No, you're trying to patternize. You don't patternize. Never patternize stuff like this, because you can't. If I put a square in one spot, if I put x squared or put x minus 3 quantity squared, you got a totally different problem. So don't try to start patternizing. Just remember that when you have, let me get that right. When you have x attached, to a number, that's going to be your horizontal shift. This is going to be your vertical shift. Now, to find your vertical asymptote, you just set the denominator equal to 0. That's how you find the vertical asymptote, no matter what you have. And that's equal to 3. Now, and again, the reason I'm showing this twice is because this 5, basically this 5 is saying that your origin is moving. And I think I showed y'all that last time. Because if you have a vertical shift, your origin is moving with that vertical shift and the horizontal shift. And that's what most of your problems are going to be like in 4.1. So again, 1, 2, 3, and then 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So instead of this being your, I'm not left-handed, that's why.
So if the plus 5 wasn't out there, the vertical asymptote would be 0, right? Because it was just.
Yes, if there was no plus 5 here, then you would just have vertical asymptote is here, and your horizontal, this is x to the 0, and anytime you have the top is less than the bottom, the degree, the top is less than the bottom, then your horizontal asymptote is what? 0, then that would be this right here. That's why you have to know 3 things, 4 things, well, 3. 1, set denominator equals 0. That's your vertical asymptote. 2, if the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator, then your horizontal asymptote is equal to 0. If the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator, then you use long division. And chances are you're going to have an oblique asymptote. Chances are, most of the time. And if they're equal, if the degree of the numerator is equal to the degree of the denominator, then you're going to coefficient. Your coefficient is going to lead your horizontal asymptote. And that's all on page, all this is on page what? Page 279. That's all you have to know for this chapter as far as the asymptotes go. All right, let's see what other question you have. Well, let's answer this one. X is equal to 3 and horizontal asymptote is equal to 5. I didn't see the horizontal asymptote. And 5. And you feel good about yourself. Huh? Okay, we'll have to fix that. Okay. My email. Okay, this is number 4.
Now, like, on this one, because I've answered a couple of them that says, you know, when it's like raised to odd power, it's an odd function. So is that all you look at is what it's raised to?
If f of x is equal to f of negative x, it's even. If f of negative x is equal to negative f of x, it's what? Odd. Now, y'all find the pages that's on. I don't know what page it's on, but that's the rule. So, first of all, you're going to have to take this function and put it through this test. So let's do that. So f of x, right here, is equal to 1 over what? 1 over 3x squared is equal to 1 over 3 parentheses squared. And what goes in right here? Negative x. And let's check it. 1 over 3x squared is equal to, what happens when you take negative x and square it? What do you get? So what happens? No, so it's even. Should we go on and check odd? No, you can't. Okay? That's like counting the same vote twice. Can't do that. If you find out it's even, it can't be what? And even means that it's symmetrical around what? Dang old volcano. What does a volcano look like? Dang old round, dang old white.
So,
That's what even means.
if it's like a negative 3x squared, would that be odd? Or is it only on the
What?
one? If it's negative 3,
I don't know about the others because we'll have to just find one.
I'm just saying, would it be odd, or do you only go on the exponents?
You go through and you plug in negative x. And if negative x gives you a true function up here, then you say it's even, and that means it's symmetrical around the y-axis. If it doesn't, if you get 1 over 3x squared is equal to negative 1 over 3x squared, then you go and you do this one. And if it doesn't do this one, if you don't get a true statement here, then the answer is, I don't know how to spell neither. I4E, except after this I spelled it wrong.
That's right.
Is it?
Yeah, man.
Well, why is it I4E?
I don't know.
That rule's stupid.
Whatever.
All right. What symmetry does the graph exhibit?
So this is, and that's because they're equal, right? That's what that's why they're equal.
Yeah, it's a mirror image.
And so if they're odd, they go along.
They will go around the origin. Like 1 over x. I think 1 over x is, I can't remember. I have to look at it. All right, let's go to the next one. Let me see what time it is. We've got 5 minutes. Right? What time's class over? Okay.
I think another one.
All right, we'll go over that one and that's it. Number 8. So we're doing Miss Ollie's homework today.
I'm trying to understand.
No, you're not. You're just wanting us to do your homework. All right, you try that one while I call the roll. So let me freeze it. I watched a movie last night, The Prisoner.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it with
Hugh Jackman and that guy that I can't pronounce his last name.
Yeah. Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty creepy, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I hate the way it ended because I was like, he heard the whistle,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah. He's on
and they went black, and I went, really?
He's saying it. Yeah.
But you don't know that.
Yeah, it's inferred that he heard it. So yeah.
And then I watched another one. Can't remember. I went and
You
did.
watch a lot of movies.
I love movies.
I wish I had time to watch that many movies.
Well, you get your degree, you can.
Once I'm a certain.
Don't get married though, because if you get married, you can forget it.
I don't think I'm gonna.
I'm not going to get married again.
The other thing about that.
I had 22 years of hell. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, come on now. It's not that bad.
No, it wasn't, but I probably not going to do it again.
You don't know.
Got to chase all these wild women. Somebody got to do it. That's a joke. Ha ha ha. Somebody going to go home and say I'm a whoremonger.
You already said you.
No, that was an
You
accident.
self-identified.
I said I meant warmonger. Shut up. Oh Lord, we have fun in here. Oh, well, I was going to call the roll, wasn't I? Math 110.
I applied to Wofford this weekend.
Oh my.
I can just realistically cheer there.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because I can't at Clemson. That was like a sick joke. But
Oh, I understand. Miss Black is here. Miss Bronner is here. Miss Carey? I think she's sick. Yeah, she sent me a... Miss Lovely, I don't see her. Mr. Cleveland? Mr. Craig is here. Fitzsimmons is here. Rialdi is here, Guppy's here, Holly's here, Richie's here, Ryder's here, Sabacool's here, Smith is here, Stolfuss, I don't see her, Vaughn's are here, Vining is here, Zug is here. Okay, let's do this problem right quick. And there we go. Nope, that's the wrong one. Let's get out of that. Well, one of these. Is that it? We use the graphs of the rational functions in A to D on the right to answer the questions. Give all possible answers as there may be more than one correct. Which choices have the x-axis as a horizontal asymptote? Dang old A and B. Wait a minute. C. A, B, C.
But it looks like C after the vertical, it looks like it adjusts, like upward.
Okay, let's look at it. Yep. It looks like it goes above it. They're trying to trick y'all.
Yeah.
Look at there. It goes above it, doesn't it?
It looks that way, but my eyesight ain't great.
We can't see them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dang old should have said something 20 minutes ago. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Let's go ahead and hit A and B. Did I just get rid of the problem?
Yes.
Suck! There we go. I'm going to say A and B. Dang old A and B. Okay, they want C.
Okay.
Now, I would say that that's a computer glitch because it looks like to me that that one's going over. Wait a minute. Unless they're saying that the vertical, the horizontal asymptote is like 0.0005 or something like
Never
that.
touching, but yeah.
But that's kind of a stupid one to use.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Okay.
That's it.
So it's not D, it's not a vertical.
Now it's asking horizontal asymptote. What is the horizontal asymptote? That's the one going this way.
Okay. So why would it, okay.
Because it's above.
B is B because B moves over just a very tiny bit.
No, B is approaching 0. See, this is the horizontal asymptote.
See Mr. Clerk.
See ya.